the #1 Catholic television in Africa.
PACIS TV, ta vie renouvelée en Jésus-Christ.
PACIS TV, the #1 Catholic television in Africa.
PACIS TV, ta vie renouvelée en Jésus-Christ.
PACIS TV, the #1 Catholic television in Africa.
PACIS TV, ta vie.
A very good evening to you and welcome back on PACIS TV. This is the time for English weekly news. My name is Benjamin Kwizera and these are top stories. While officially opening the Cygnus World Congress 2026, His Eminence Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, Archbishop of Kigali, highlighted the vital role of Catholic media in comforting Rwandans in the aftermath of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Fabio Dos Santos, the desk officer of the Catholic Media Council, the NGO consultancy based in Germany, emphasized that Cygnus 2026 will help her to get the insights and to create a network with Catholic journalists. The government of Rwanda, in partnership with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, has received a new group of 177 refugees and asylum seekers evacuated from Libya. General PSF Rwanda has started the Expo 2026. In international news, His Holiness Pope Leo XIV celebrated Mass on Thursday for the thousands of young people from across Europe gathered in Assisi for GO, the 2026 Franciscan Youth Meeting. Welcome to our news in detail. This is the news brought to you in partnership with the Credo Hotel. While officially opening the Cygnus World Congress 2026, His Eminence Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, Archbishop of Kigali, highlighted the vital role of Catholic media in comforting Rwandans in the aftermath of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Cardinal Kambanda.
Through Catholic media such as Tinyamateka, Radio Maria, Rwanda, PACIS TV, the Church in Rwanda has developed numerous programs for trauma healing and reconciliation, helping to heal the wounds of the past and rebuild trust among Rwandans. Today, we continue this journey through the ongoing process of the purification of memory, reconciliation with our history. While we celebrate the remarkable progress made by Catholic media, we must also acknowledge the challenges that continue to hinder their development. Among these challenges is the lack of adequate financial and technical resources, which often prevents Catholic media organizations from acquiring modern equipment and employing well-trained professional journalists. Given the vital role that communication plays in today's world, the Church must continue investing in Catholic media so that it can enlighten the society, proclaim the gospel effectively, and help prevent misuse of emerging communication technologies. We therefore call for greater solidarity among Catholic media organizations and church communication offices so that by working together in synodality, we may build together a credible Catholic media capable of serving both the church and contemporary society. In conclusion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to CYA's board, the delegates, and all CYA's members for choosing Rwanda as the host of this World Congress. We also thank you all, our partners, whose dedication has made this progress possible. Thank you very much. You are most welcome to Rwanda. I wish you all a fruitful, successful, and memorable Congress. May God bless you all.
Fabio Dos Santos, the desk officer of Catholic Media Council, the NGO consultancy based in Germany, emphasized that CYGNIS 2026 will help her to get the insights and to create a network with Catholic journalists from different media houses across the world. Dos Santos.
My name is Fabio Ortiz dos Santos. I work as a desk officer for CAMECO, Catholic Media Council. It's an NGO consultancy based in Germany. So what I really hope to get from this Congress is to network, is to exchange, to meet with our interlocutors, with our partners, to know what people are doing on the ground, it's a World Congress, so what people in Latin America are doing, in Asia. My focus is the African continent, so here I get the chance to learn about what Rwanda is doing in media initiatives. Other countries, South Sudan, Cameroon, Mozambique, Angola, you name it. So this is the moment that I network and I speak to everyone. I've touched base actually with so many people so far, and what is always interesting to hear already, I feel we are somehow speaking. We are on the same page. We are conscious about the importance of digital literacy, to use technology, to use digital media for the betterment of our societies, to improve the quality of life of our citizens, of our communities. So I feel we are somehow cross boundaries, but we're speaking somehow on the same language. We are very aligned. And we want to exchange experiences. So far, this is what I have gained a lot. I'm receiving insights, what people are doing, their experiences, the threats, the risks of digital technologies, and how we can improve and share ideas for solutions. Whenever I travel for field visits, I create the occasion. So this is an event. Out of this event, I hope to have gained a lot of insights of what is, for example, the Rwanda. Rwanda is a hosting country. What are the initiatives, communication initiatives, media initiatives in Rwanda? And I have been gaining a lot, and I still need to continue. I'll have a few more visits on Friday to some organizations. And out of the Congress, I really hope to have seeded or have thrown some seeds for future collaboration and future partnerships. And I'm sure that at the end of this week, I'll have like a huge portfolio of potential partners.
Fabio Dos Santos, the desk officer of the Catholic Media Council, the NGO based in Germany. The government of Rwanda, in partnership with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, has received a new group of 177 refugees and asylum seekers evacuated from Libya. Different Catholic media across the world has published news about that. More report.
The government of Rwanda, in partnership with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, has received a new group of 177 refugees and asylum seekers evacuated from Libya, reaffirming the country's continued commitment to humanitarian protection. The group, which is 24th batch to be relocated to Rwanda under the Emergency Transit Mechanism (ETM), arrived in Kigali on the night of 5th of August 2026. It comprises 68 Sudanese, 66 Eritreans, 15 Ethiopians, and 26 South Sudanese, and 2 Somali nationals, many of whom had been stranded in difficult and unsafe conditions in Libya. Upon arrival, the refugees were transported to Gashora Transit Center in Bugesera district, a facility established to provide temporarily shelter and essential services. At the center, they will receive immediate humanitarian assistance, including accommodation, food, healthcare, and psychosocial support as they begin the process of recovery from the hardships they endured. Since the launch of emergency transit mechanism in September 2019, Rwanda has hosted more than 3,000 refugees and asylum seekers evacuated from Libya. The initiative, implemented in collaboration with African Union and UNHCR, aims to evacuate vulnerable migrants and refugees from detention centers in Libya, where many face abuse, exploitation, and life-threatening conditions. Minema emphasized that Rwanda remains steadfast in its commitment to offering protection to people fleeing conflict, persecution, and other crises. The government noted that hosting refugees under the ETM reflects Rwanda's broader values of solidarity, dignity, and shared responsibility in responding to humanitarian challenges.
Rwanda has launched a technology-based project known as a 3D that will be used to digitally preserve data from various museums while maintaining their authenticity. More report.
Rwanda has launched a technology-based project known as a 3D that will be used to digitally preserve data from various museums while maintaining their authenticity. The project is being implemented by the Rwanda Academy of Language and Culture in partnership with the Global Digital Heritage Company, an organization specialized in training people to preserve historical authenticity using modern technology. The project began with the training of 17 participants in the use of this technology, including staff from different museums across Rwanda. Speaking to the media on August the 4th, after a session highlighting the role of modern technology in preserving Rwanda's cultural heritage, some of the trainees said they would use the skills acquired to train others. Previously, we used traditional methods, mainly 2D photography, to document museum artifacts. However, this approach does not capture complete information about the objects. In contrast, 3D technology provides detailed and accurate representations, allowing artifacts to be preserved in a more complete and precise way. Dr. Herbert Marshner, Director of Global Digital Heritage, said they are committed to seeing people use technology to preserve their culture and heritage. He thanked those who invited them and noted that the project is also being implemented in other countries.
Well, when you create 3D representation, something we call digital twin, a copy, for an artifact in a museum, it allows you to conserve it, but also it might be too delicate to even put on display. And so you can put it on a computer monitor or in an educational program or even 3D print it, and children can touch it and play with it, even though it might be too delicate to be displayed or experienced. It's the same as when we're doing the caves in Musanze. Many of these caves are too dangerous for tourists. So we can create virtual tours of these caves that people can experience, even if it's not possible to let the average person enter.
The chairperson of the Rwanda Academy of Language and Culture, Professor Robert Masozera, said the initiative will help to promote Rwanda's culture and heritage internationally. In the past, we relied on conventional methods and had not yet reached the level of using advanced technology. As a result, what we documented and preserved was not fully accessible or well understood. But as our country continues to advance rapidly in technology, we realized that we, as Rwanda Academy of Language and Culture, should not be left behind, especially since others have already started adopting these modern methods.
mu nteko y'umuco cyangwa mu bijyanye n'umuco n'umurage tutasigara inyuma kuko usanga abandi baratangiye kubikoresha.
He stated that its importance lies in going beyond traditional preservation methods. Once heritage is digitized, it can be stored for a long time, easily accessed by those who need it, and widely shared across the world.
Well, from Kigali to Kibeho, journalists, communication directors, and media leaders from the Catholic Church around the world who made a pilgrimage to Kibeho say that beyond finding inner peace and strengthening their faith, they also received the good news that they are called to share. More reports.
Yeah, I'm Lorenzo Cantoni from Switzerland. I'm a scholar in the field of communication, and I'm here in Rwanda for the Cygnus Global Conference, which is held in Kigali in these days. So it has been a great joy to have the opportunity to do this pilgrimage to Kibeho. And I was reflecting as a scholar in communication, what could this apparition teach us? And I think the very fashion Mary introduced herself to the first young lady can teach us a lot. She introduced herself as the mother of the word, la mère du verbe. As Christians, we need to learn. We people in the media sector, many times we think that what's important is to speak, to broadcast. No, this is just half of the part of communication. In fact, it's not communication, it's just expression. Communication happens when an expression meets a listening act. And so the most important part of communication is listening. And I believe what I bring back home for me is really reflecting on this listening part of communication, being able to listen like the Mary was able to listen to God, and being able to listen not only to gospel, but also to the other fellow human beings in order to have a more peaceful environment and peace among us. Yeah, I think this stress on listening and understanding, and not focusing much on speaking, but focusing on understanding and understanding the meaning of life, understanding the meaning of every person on this planet.
I am Sister Agnes Lucy Lando, Sisters of Mary of Kakamega, a congregation in Kenya. I'm from Nairobi. I come with joy. I celebrate for several reasons. Number one, I am a sister of Mary, so I'm dedicated to our Mother Mary and to her Son, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I'm also a devout prayer of the Holy Rosary. Number two, I like the fact that Our Lady appeared here asking us to pray more and asking us to sacrifice and to return to the Lord. I am a professor of communication and media studies at Daystar University in Nairobi, Kenya. My pilgrimage here helps me to be able to communicate Christ and to communicate the word of God and to communicate the message of Our Lady to the young people that I work with, and also to my colleagues and to the sisters. I'm also a Sunday school teacher. I teach Sunday school to the small ones, so I'll be able to teach them from this pilgrimage the prayer of the Rosary of Sorrows, Our Lady of Sorrows, and maybe organize with the parents that the small children can also one day come for pilgrimage here in Kibeho. So there's that link of my trip and also the apostolate, the ministry that I'm involved in.
All right, you're still following English Weekly News on PACIS TV. The 2026 Kigali International Trade Fair, widely known as Expo, has once again brought together a vibrant mix of entrepreneurs, innovators, and business from Rwanda across the region and around the world. News in detail.
The 2026 Kigali International Trade Fair, widely known as Expo, has once again brought together a vibrant mix of entrepreneurs, innovators, and businesses from Rwanda across the region and around the world. Organized by Rwanda Private Sector Federation, the annual exhibition serves as a dynamic platform where traders and service providers showcase their products and connect directly with customers. As tradition dictates, the expo was officially opened by the government of Rwanda. The private sector's primary partner, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, led the ceremony, represented by Minister Antoine-Marie Kajangwe alongside delegation of senior officials. Following the opening, Minister Kajangwe toured the exhibition grounds, engaging with exhibitors, services and innovations. Among the standout participants was a tech startup founded by former students of the University of Rwanda College of Science and Technology. What began as an idea between two individuals has now grown into a team of more than 10 young innovators. The solution focused on enhancing security and efficiency in institutions by digitally capturing and storing visitors' identifications. The system allows organizations. Another highlight that captured the minister's attention was the presence of local manufacturer producing affordable made-in-Rwanda goods on a garment factory. For instance, showcased shirts and t-shirts priced at less than 3,000 Rwandan francs. This revelation surprised many, including the minister and his delegation, who noted that locally made products are often perceived as expensive. The leader of Private Sector Federation, François Twagirumukiza, expressed gratitude to the government of Rwanda and the people of Rwanda who are attending Expo 2026.
It is for 29th time the Private Sector Federation organizes the International Trade Fair. The support from government, different stakeholders, and sponsors here present is really appreciated. The indispensable support without which we will not succeed. We thank you for your collaboration from preparations and a long exhibition period for the smooth running of the exhibition and the safety of exhibitors and visitors.
The Kigali International Trade Fair 2026 stands as a testament to Rwanda's growing economic dynamism, innovation capacity, and commitment to sustainability. It is not only provides a marketplace for goods and services, but also fosters collaboration, challenges misconceptions, and inspires a new generation of entrepreneurs ready to shape the future.
Well, welcome to our international news. His Holiness Pope Leo XIV on Thursday celebrated the Holy Mass for thousands of young people from across Europe gathered in Assisi for the Go 2026 Franciscan Youth Meeting, calling on them to become a new generation of saints and witnesses of the Gospel. The celebration took place at the Basilica of St. Mary of the Angels, built around the historic Portiuncula Chapel, closely linked to St. Francis of Assisi, where the four-day youth gathering brought together about 2,500 participants aged between 18 and 33. During his homily, the Pope Leo XIV delivered a strong and inspiring message, urging young people to reject a culture driven by power and self-interest and instead embrace humility, fraternity, and service. He told them that Europe and the whole world are looking to them to be new saints, encouraging them to live fully according to the gospel. Pope Leo XIV emphasized the importance of following the example of St. Francis by choosing simplicity and closeness to the poor. He invited the young to touch the suffering flesh of the others, calling them to move beyond comfort zones and encounter Christ in the marginalized vulnerable. The Holy Father also challenged participants to become artisans of peace and builders of what he described as the new world, characterized by fraternity, love, compassion, and loving others. Well, and that story takes us to an end of PACIS TV weekly English news. But before we come to an end, let's go back to the top stories. While officially opening the Cygnus World Congress 2026, His Eminence Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, Archbishop of Kigali, highlighted the vital role of Catholic media in comforting Rwandans in the aftermath of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Fabio Dos Santos, the desk officer of Catholic Media Council, the NGO consultancy based in Germany, emphasized that Cygnus 2026 will help her to create networks with others. In international news, His Holiness Pope Leo XIV celebrated Mass on Thursday for the thousands of young people from different areas across the world. Thank you very much for being with us today, and it was a very huge privilege to be with you. This is PACIS TV. My name is Benjamin Kwisera. I wish you a fantastic week.